On November 29th, 1970, a man and his 2 daughters were hiking on the north face of Ulriken, the highest of the 7 mountains that surround Bergen, Norway, in an area known as Isdalen, or Ice Valley. It was here that one of the daughters noticed an unusual burning smell, which led to the discovery of the charred body of a woman. The group quickly returned to town to notify the police, who launched a full-scale investigation. The police noted the woman's supine position, clenched hands by her torso, and the absence of a nearby campfire. The front of her body and her clothes had been severely burned, leaving her unrecognizable. Also located near the body, an empty bottle of cheap liqueur and what appeared to be a variety of personal effects. Nylon stockings, a purse, a jumper, earrings, a plastic passport container, but all identifying marks and labels on these items had been removed or rubbed off, and around the body were remains of burned paper, and beneath it, a fur hat, which was later found to have traces of fuel. 3 days later, investigators found 2 suitcases belonging to the woman at Bergen railway station. In the lining of one, police discovered 5 100 Deutschmark notes. Among other things, they found clothes, shoes, wigs, makeup, 135 Norwegian kroner, as well as Belgian, British, and Swiss coins. There were also maps, timetables, a pair of glasses with non-prescription lenses, sunglasses with partial fingerprints that did match the body, and a notepad. As with the body, all identifying information had been removed. An autopsy concluded the woman had died from a combination of incapacitation by phenobarbital and poisoning by carbon monoxide. Soot was found in her lungs, indicating she was alive as she burned. Her neck was bruised, possibly from a fall or by a blow, and analysis of her blood and stomach showed she had consumed between 50 and 70 Phenomol brand sleeping pills. Police launched an appeal for information in the Norwegian media, which turned up that the last time she was seen alive was on November 23rd, 6 days earlier, when she checked out of room 407 of the Hotel Ordheimen. Hotel staff remembered that she was good-looking, roughly 5 feet 4 inches tall, with dark brown hair and small brown eyes. They also noted that the woman kept to herself and seemed to be on guard. When she checked out, she paid her bill in cash and requested a taxi. Her movements from then until the discovery of her body remain unknown. Police were able to decode the notepad entries and determined they indicated dates and places the woman had visited. As a result, based on handwritten check-in forms, police determined that she'd traveled around Norway and Europe at large with at least 8 fake passports and aliases while claiming to be Belgian. It was also discovered she had previously stayed at several hotels in Bergen and was known to change rooms after checking in. She would tell hotel staff that she was a traveling saleswoman, an antiquities dealer. One witness said that she overheard the woman talking to a man in German. Others who met her mentioned she also spoke Flemish, broken English, and smelled of garlic. Some witnesses also commented that she wore wigs. Composite sketches, based on witness descriptions and analysis of her body, were circulated in many countries by Interpol, but despite the significant resources deployed, the unknown woman was never identified, and the case itself was quickly closed, with authorities claiming she'd committed suicide. Given the extreme peculiarities of the case and the doubts raised by this finding, the police have been suspected of being pressured to shut down or cover up the case. Other investigations point to the possibility that she was a spy, given the Cold War underpinnings of the time. Norway has also experienced other strange disappearances close to military installations during this time, which also trace back to international espionage. The declassified records of the Norwegian National Defense also reveal that many of the woman's movements seem to correspond to top-secret trials of the Penguin missile. This is corroborated by a fisherman having been reported to recognize the unknown woman while observing military movements in Stavanger. Her possession of multiple fake passports, her potential use of disguises with wigs and non-prescription glasses, lack of identifying marks on any of her belongings, reported precautionary measures in her hotel, and unusual travel patterns may also suggest espionage. Counterintelligence activities by Mossad in Europe at the same time may also be linked. However, there have been developments since the case was closed. A taxi driver who took her from the hotel to the station was never found, but in 1991, a taxi driver, wishing to remain anonymous, said that after picking up the woman at the hotel, they were joined by another man before reaching the station. And in 2005, a Bergen resident told the local newspaper that after seeing the sketch circulated, he had suspected the dead woman was someone he had seen 5 days before the body was found, when he was hiking on the hillside of Fløyen. He recalled she was dressed lightly for the city, not for a hike, and that she was walking ahead of 2 men wearing coats who looked, quote, southern. She appeared resigned and seemed about to say something to him, but didn't. He went to someone he knew at the police to report the sighting, but was told to forget about it. Therefore, neither his name nor his alleged sighting were recorded at that time. And in 2016, the case was reopened. Stable isotope analysis of her teeth, taken from her unburied jawbone, indicated the woman had been born in about 1930 in or near Nuremberg, Germany, but had moved to France or the France-Germany border as a child. However, despite the renewed interest in the case and these new findings, to this day, the Isdal woman has never been identified